what's up everybody? It's Matt from howtomotorcyclerepair.com. In today's video I just want to do a quick video on my 70 Chevelle. A lot of you have probably seen or commented about it because you see it in the back drop of the videos I do in the garage. And today's Friday. We have annual company picnic with the car show, so driving it in today, meeting up with some co-workers for breakfast, and you know, usually 20-30 cars show up, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is the 70 Chevelle. I bought it back in 05, and I'll tell you a quick story about how I bought it. It's actually kind of funny. I was living in Los Angeles at the time, and being out there, you see all the rust-free cars, and I figured I'd pick one up. I mean, I knew we were moving back to Chicago, where we're from, so I figured I'd buy a car out there, ship it back. So didn't really find anything in Los Angeles, but I found something near Vegas. So I told my girlfriend, or wife now, I'm like, let's go take a look at it. And regardless if we buy it or not, we'll go to Vegas for the night and you know, have a good time. So looked at this car in Pahrump, Nevada. Pahrump, I can't even pronounce that. Which is 60 miles outside of Vegas. Pretty much looked at it, bought it, and then said, all right, let's go to Vegas. Didn't even have a hotel room picked out or anywhere to park it, so I pulled up to the Monte Carlo hotel, casino, whatever, and I just threw him the keys to this thing, and I'm like, I'll see you in the morning. You know, valeting is free at any of those places, right? So I just dropped it off. We went and gambled and partied a little bit, and then stayed at a Motel 8 or 6 or Super 6 or whatever one of those cheap-ass hotels is, and picked it up in the morning and drove it back to Los Angeles. And that was a scary ride because the center link was shot, the tie rods were shot. I mean, it was just a white knuckle ride all the way back to Los Angeles. And then I worked on it a little bit out there, and then shipped it to Chicago. Worked on it some more, and then really this car has sat idle for the past few years. No real major projects on it because I'm so busy with the motorcycle work and the videos I do for you guys that I really haven't had, you know, the time or money to put into this thing. I drive it every now and then. I take the kids out for some ice cream and stuff like that, but pretty much it just sits. And I even thought of selling it at some point, but you know, I gotta keep it. I gotta keep moving forward with some little projects on it to keep me interested. But anyway, so what I've been working on is mainly the suspension and the brakes on this car. I mean, it had it had drums, manual drum brakes at all four corners, and that was just horrible. So what I did is I upgraded to C5 Corvette brakes, front and rear, disc brakes all the way around. That's 13-inch discs up front, 12-inch discs out back, and who has really helped me with that is a guy named Tobin at Core 3. He has a website that specializes in big brake upgrades for muscle cars, and this brake system is a bolt-on deal. The only thing I had to do was machine the front drums and the rear axles so the rotors can slip on. But other than that, it is a bolt-on deal. I bought all the calipers, rotors, and brake caliper abutment brackets, or whatever you call them, used. And then I just contacted Tobin for the actual brackets to adapt them to my spindles and axle and rear end and the brake lines and everything. And I think I did the whole freaking swap for $900 bucks. I mean, that is dirt cheap for what you get. And then also Did some suspension upgrades. Did 600-pound circle track springs in the front, 175 out back. Lowered it. Contacted SC&C out in Pennsylvania for control arms. I got a nice modern alignment now. And also I have tall ball joints, uppers and lowers in the front. That gives you an effective taller spindle, which corrects the geometry, and it basically has a negative camber curve now, which is desirable for handling. And this thing handles much flatter in corners, so that's pretty awesome. Also, I upgraded to the Jeep Grand Cherokee steering box, which is 12:7:1 ratio, 3 turns lock to lock, so it's much more responsive that way. It also gives a little bit heavier steering feel, not that pinky steering that you get with older cars. The drivetrain, it's a 350, a mild cam, intake, carb, headers, and it's pretty slow. 350 trans, 10 bolt, 273 rear end. So, you know, the drivetrain needs work, and that's probably the next step in this whole thing, but you know, that's a big chunk of change to do. I got a 12 bolt core rear end that completely needs to be rebuilt in my garage, so I'll probably rebuild that over the winter. You know, get a posi and some nice gears in it. That'll be nice. Years ago I bought a big block 454 core motor, 500 bucks. Took it all apart, pretty much needed everything, and added it up. Wanted like 450 horse, some forged parts. Turned out to be like 3-4 grand, and that's just the engine. Still would have a 3-speed non-overdrive trans, and it'd be carbureted. So I scrapped that idea, sold everything, and now I'm heavily looking at an LS motor, being it a 5.3 or 6.0 truck motor. Seems like it's the way to go. Get one out of the junkyard, have fuel injection, overdrive trans, 20 miles to the gallon. Have 300-400 horse right out of the freaking box with those things. And you know, I'd like to get into tuning fuel injection, you know, get some HP tuners and just mess around with that. I think that's freaking cool. I've always wanted to do that. You know, I'm a carburetor guy, and I just would like to get into the more modern technology. So we'll see. That's the dream plan, but you never know. So just got done with breakfast. There's my coworker's car, 71 Chevelle. Real nice, big block. Uh-oh, a little drizzle. Shit. And then one car up, you got an 86 Camaro. Both these guys did their own body work, paint. Cars look real nice. So the paint on my car is definitely a 20-footer, but at least the car's solid. So when I get to paint one of these days, hopefully it won't be too bad, and these guys will help me out. 60 miles an hour. They're still manual brakes. Plan is to go to Hydro Boost one day, which works off the power steering. Get insane amount of line pressure going with that system, a lot of assist. So it steers nice and flat, quick. You know. This guy wants to run it. Let's go, ready? Go. My one tire fire, no traction. Friday, 4 p.m. leaving work. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to go? Or?
Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, go. Alright guys, well I'm almost home. I'm about a mile or two away from home, and nothing too exciting is going to happen here. A little bit of traffic. Pretty much it for this video. If you want to see more videos of the Chevelle, let me know. Maybe I'll just do some how-to videos on this car instead of creating a whole freaking new channel. Let me know in the comments. Definitely subscribe if this is the first video you've seen, and there'll be more